Today we're learning about the business of Ebola. The virus is responsible for killing nearly 5,000 people worldwide. The fear of Ebola is also turning out to be big business here in the United States. Let's take a look at some numbers. Since the Ebola outbreak, anti-germ products like Clorox, Lysol, and hand sanitizer have had a 28% boost in sales. Sales for protective gear like medical-grade masks, gloves, and bodysuits have spiked 40%. Now, we expect these sales to go up naturally. These companies are not trying to make a profit off Ebola. The sales are due to the nature of their business. However, Americans are also trying to fight Ebola with vitamin C. And there's at least one business owner in New York who is selling the vitamin under the name Ebola C. He says he is selling up to 14,000 packages each day. And joining us with more about this spending spike is Eric Schiffer. He is the chairman and CEO of Patriarch Equity, serves as an advisor to Fortune 500 CEOs, is a best-selling author and a successful entrepreneur. Hello, Eric.
Hey, good morning, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Now, Eric, we've only seen 3 cases of Ebola here in the U.S. Why do you think Americans are so willing to spend money on preventing this disease?
Fear, as simple as that. It could happen to anyone in theory, and it could happen to your loved ones. And so they are, in an abundance of caution, concerned. And look, everyone wants to have a great life, a wonderful, experience, and the last thing you want to do is to have this disease. It's horrible for those that have it. Yes, you can live through it, but there are not a lot of cases of those individuals that have. And look, entrepreneurs have entered the picture, and when entrepreneurs see fear, they see opportunity. And there are a lot of things that people are buying because of it. They have everything from now Ebola little stuffed animals to Halloween Ebola outfits, all the way to more serious items, as you mentioned, and including even more powerful agents that can ensure that that the virus, if it's exposed in outside, that it can be killed. This is not going to go away. I think that we will have this fear for some time, even if they do prevent the disease, because it will linger in the minds of people. If you remember back the SARS scare that happened out of Asia, the sales of certain items like hand sanitizers and even Clorox and masks and gloves went through the roof. There are hundreds of thousands of dollars are being made because of Ebola. But conversely, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, that are being lost for it because of it too, in terms of travel, et cetera. The good thing here is that it seems that it's much more under control. There's a better system now to identify what may be people that have this. And the reality is, for people at home, is that the chances of getting this is commensurate with getting hit by lightning, I think, 2 or 3 times, and then going to Vegas and winning $1 million.
Wow.
So, I guess that could happen, but certainly hasn't happened to me.
Is fear a brand?
I would say that fear isn't a brand per se, but it certainly is a driver that creates a lot of brands. It's one of the biggest drivers for many different professionals, many different brand entities, and certainly causes billions of dollars of revenue for organizations around the world as the underlying intent behind why people are buying or purchasing their service.
Eric, do you think that fear spending is an American practice, or is it human nature?
This is human nature. This is as old as the days of Adam and Eve. This goes way, way back. It's in our human nature, and some take advantage of it for I think positive reasons, and others I think abuse it. And where you want to be careful is these organizations that are trying to scam you. And so there are many different organizations that are raising money under the Ebola banner, meaning that the money they allege will go to Africa or will go to cure a disease. You want to do your homework before you give. You want to make sure that that elders in your family are aware of this as well, because that's typically the target, and make sure that money is being vetted before it's sent. And you can determine that to see whether they're a real nonprofit organization. You can Google to see whether they have a 501c3, and really do your homework, because you don't want to get taken by people that are have malintent.
Well, thanks again for joining us, Eric. Eric Schiffer, the CEO and chairman of Patriarch Equity. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks very much for having me.
Join our conversation on Facebook. Tell us what you think about fear spending related to Ebola on the CBN News Facebook page.